That night, inside Stannis' army camp, Melisandre stares deeply into the flames burning in her tent's brazier, hoping to see visions from the Lord of Light. In the distance, several tents suddenly catch fire, causing confused men to run around shouting. One horse, its body on fire, screams as it flees. During the same night, Ramsay and 20 of his men raid the camp, burning a large portion of the army's food stores and heavy siege weapons. Hundreds of horses also die in the blaze. Davos observes that their situation has become desperate. They lack enough food to march back to Castle Black or to push forward to Winterfell. Moreover, without their siege weapons, they have little hope of breaking into the castle to seize its food supplies. Stannis asks how this situation could have happened. Davos insists that the Boltons know the land of the North better than Stannis and his men do. Because of that, it was easy for a small group of fighters sent to cause damage to sneak into their camp without being seen. Stannis suggests that the guards on duty were either working together with the enemy or simply were not paying close enough attention at their posts to allow such a terrible thing to happen. Stannis orders that they be put to death, and then says to kill the dead horses and use them for meat, which should at least give them a small amount of extra time. Then his expression turns serious and somewhat dazed, because he feels there is only one possible way forward. First, he orders Davos to go back to Castle Black and request more supplies from Jon Snow. Davos is confused, since even if Jon agreed to send them supplies, the food and materials probably would not arrive in time. Davos also wonders why Stannis would send him, instead of just dispatching a simple messenger. Stannis insists that he needs his hand of the king to handle the negotiations and convince Jon to help. But in truth, Stannis sends Davos away so that Davos will not be there to stop whatever Stannis plans to do next. Davos visits the tent of Stannis' daughter, Shireen, to say goodbye to her. She is happily reading a book written by Grand Maester Munkin, which tells the story of the Dance of the Dragons, a major civil war that once took place in the history of the Seven Kingdoms. The two of them share a laugh when they come across a story about a knight who tried to kill the dragon, Vhagar, by sneaking up on it with a mirrored shield. However, the trick did not fool the dragon, and Vhagar quickly roasted the knight with its fire. Davos then gives Shireen a small wooden statue of a stag, which he has been carving as a gift for her. She asks him why he has been so kind to her. Davos explains that he felt sad because his son, Mathos, had always urged his father to learn how to read, but Davos never did. Mathos later died in the war, and by teaching Davos to read, Shireen helped him fulfill his son's final wish. After some time Davos leaves, Stannis comes to visit Shireen himself. He looks deeply troubled, but he tries to speak to her gently. He asks what she has been reading, and she explains that the Dance of the Dragons was a great civil war fought between Rhaenyra Targaryen and her half-brother Aegon. Each of them believed they had the right to sit on the Iron Throne. The powerful lords of the Seven Kingdoms chose sides. Some supported Rhaenyra, others Aegon. This split the kingdom in half and tore Westeros apart. In that terrible war, brothers fought brothers, and dragons fought dragons. It was also a disaster for House Targaryen, who never truly recovered from the damage. Stannis then asks her which side she would have chosen, Rhaenyra's or Aegon's. Shireen answers that she would have chosen neither. She says that it was the act of picking sides itself that threw Westeros into war. Stannis replies seriously that sometimes the world forces a person to make a choice even when they don't want to. But if someone stays true to who they are, he says, they already know what they must do. And then it no longer feels like a choice at all, even if they hate doing it. Shireen tells him that it's all right and that she wants to help him. Stannis responds that she does not even know what he wants. Still, she doesn't care and asks if there is any way she can help. He says there is. Shireen insists that she wants to help because she is Princess Shireen of House Baratheon and his daughter. Stannis, before leaving, "You are my beautiful daughter, and I can't help you." And then Stannis whispers, "Forgive me." Later, Shireen also comes out of her tent and notices that all the soldiers have gathered together. She asks where her father is. When she moves to the front of the crowd, she sees Melisandre standing in front of a wooden structure built for burning, with a large pole in the middle. Shireen starts shouting that she wants to see her father, but soldiers grab her. They drag her toward the wooden pyre and tie her to the pole. Melisandre tries to calm her down in a gentle voice, saying that everything will be over soon. Shireen's screams can be heard all across the camp, but nobody steps in to help her. Then Stannis and Shireen's mother, Celes, appear among the crowd. Shireen sees them and begs her mother and father to save her, but they do nothing. Celes says firmly to herself that this sacrifice is what the Lord of Light wants. Melisandre starts praying and says that they are offering this girl's life to the Lord of Light. She then lights the pyre on fire. As she had explained to Stannis before, she believes that sacrificing Shireen's life, which carries the power of a king's blood, will win the Lord of Light's favor. In return, she thinks the Lord will help them in their time of need by making the blizzard stop. Stannis believes that if they do nothing, they will stay trapped in the snow, and everyone will starve to death there. Shireen keeps crying out, "Mother, please," and "Father, please," again and again. Then, even Celes, who had only a cold and distant relationship with her daughter, suddenly breaks down and rushes forward, begging that they cannot go through with this. However, the soldiers hold her back, and she falls to the ground crying in despair. Shireen's cries become even more terrified, but Stannis keeps watching even as Celes sobs on the ground. As the flames begin to burn Shireen, she silently screams in pain and fear. Finally, even Stannis can no longer bear to watch as she burns to death.